Hey, folks. Welcome to another hashtag the Hunting Life podcast, and I'm your host, Dennis Gans. Thanks for joining me again this evening. It is another great night to be coming to you and talk about whatever it is we want to talk about here on hashtag the Hunting Life. Tonight, I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about what got Wild Bout Hunting started and how it all came about and the story about the journey that we took on with Wild Bout Hunting. And it's a lengthy one, so I'll try and give you the condensed version as best I possibly can. But there's a lot of history to it, and I'm excited to share that with you. So let's get right into it and see what we can do. Wild Bout Hunting, boy, it's a long time coming. I'm excited that we've gotten to where we're at. This is our sixth season of airing videos, whether it was on television or whether now with our platform that we're on with the YouTube channel. But it's actually a longer time in the making to getting Wild Bout Hunting to where it's at. It was formed back in 2006, so we're actually into the 14th year that Wild Bout Hunting has actually existed as a business or an entity. And it was started with myself and a friend of mine, Tim, and the two of us, we talked about this, and we grew up watching Monster Buck videos, with Bill Jordan and Michael Waddell and David Blanton and all those guys on Real Tree, and you always look forward to the next Monster Bucks DVD. Well, actually, not DVD. In our case, VHS tape. The next tape that was coming out, and you had the VCRs. So those of you who are listening to this podcast and you have no idea what I'm talking about, you're making me feel really, really old right now. But yeah, I mean, I look forward to every year the new Monster Buck videos that would come out, and I'd sit there and be like, wow, I'd love to do that. I mean, that would be awesome to be able to sit there and go hunting and create videos and make a living doing it. And it looked easy. These guys made it look easy. I mean, they go out, they kill these big bucks and get it all on video, and that's how they made their living. So we're like, yeah, we can do that. Why not? And so we went out, and Tim and I and our buddy Bill, the three of us went in, and Tim and we're the ones who created Wild Bout Hunting, and Bill kind of wanted to help out with it and do some editing, and none of us had any experience doing filming or editing or anything like that. I started my career was in health and fitness. I was working for a healthcare system, and which I still working for the same system today, just it's under new ownership, which is kind of interesting in itself. But and I'm just doing a little bit different. I'm now in the EMS side of it, but I still love health and fitness. But that's how Tim and I got together, and I'd hired him. We knew each other growing up through high school. We were in the hunting and fishing club in high school growing up. I think he was the president and I was the vice president, and we just loved to hunt and fish, and my brothers and buddies and everything, and that's what we did. So we decided, let's try to do this filming thing. It doesn't look all that hard. Well, were we in for a surprise? We bought this. I don't even know what kind it was. Might have been a Panasonic. Um, it was a VHS mini cassette camera. Ooh, pardon me. And we had to buy all these tapes and batteries and stuff like that, and then you had to get a camera arm. And I don't remember what kind of camera arm we got. But it was big. It was big and bulky. It was heavy. And that was back in 2006 when we started doing this. And we lugged this thing up into a tree. I mean, if you're watching this on our YouTube channel right now, I'm showing you the Canon XA20. I mean, this is what I take into the woods right now. This thing is small. This is probably 1/4 of the size of the camera that we actually started filming with back in 2006. And we had We had, I don't even know if we had wireless mics back then. I think we just had a shotgun mic on the camera, and it was a learning experience. We did capture some video, and honestly, I don't know where that video is today. I wish I had it because it'd be neat to go back and look at it. We captured some pretty cool hunts and some really, goof ups for that matter, but it was a lot of fun. And then we tried getting on some local television, and that just didn't pan out. We really didn't know what we were doing. And we thought, hey, this, we were starting to figure out that it wasn't as easy as the guys on Monster Bucks videos made it look. There was a lot more to it. And then things changed, and we both kind of went our separate ways, but we never got rid of the Wild Bout Hunting business aspect of it. And then back in 2012, I think it was, I was just messing around with Facebook. That was kind of like a new thing to me. And, I figured, you know what, I'm going to try and create a Wild Bout Hunting Facebook page and just see what kind of attention it might draw to people. And so I did that, and I created a goofy looking logo. And, we just kind of, I just started posting stuff, pictures and, different things, asking people questions, stuff like that, just to see what kind of a engagement we would get and who would be interested in it, and so on and so forth from there. And, Tim and I told Tim about it, and he was like, Tim was not a tech savvy person. He didn't like it. And so that was kind of like my thing that I had to take on. He did some, but it just wasn't his thing. He's like, that's all you. And I was like, okay. And we started doing that, and we had a couple, we had Jim and Kevin come in to help us out, and we'd film my brother David from time to time. And it was we started gathering and building a following. And I don't know how many likes or followers we had on Facebook. And we got the attention of this marketing company that apparently worked within the outdoor world or the outdoor industry, and reached out to us. And it was a sales pitch, I'm not going to lie. They were looking for clients and business. And we were a newer entity on social media that was starting to grow. And so it sparked their interest to reach out to try and get business from us, to help develop a logo, to help develop a website, to help get us onto television is what we were looking to do. And so, we entertained a discussion with them, and the price was right, and it was going to get us a logo, a website. They were going to do some stuff with our social media. They were going to create T-shirt designs, and we were going to be on Hunt Channel or Pursuit Channel within a year or so. So we decided to pull the trigger on that and got the ball rolling, and things were going pretty good. It was really cool. It was really exciting. We were starting to really dive into the filming aspect of it a little bit more. I mean, we were just using a little Canon Vixia camcorder to film with, and then we upgraded to some DSLRs, which I still have today, and I still use them. They're great. And and then eventually I went to the Canon XA20, which I really love. I think it's a lot easier for me sometimes, but we did some stuff with that, and we were gonna air on I believe it was Pursuit Channel is where we were supposed to air for 2015, I believe. We'd spent like a year and a half, 2 years working with this company, developing the brand, creating some logos. We've actually gone to, we're on our third logo now. And that which is the logo that you see on all of our social media and YouTube channels and whatnot. But we created one logo to start off with them, and it was nice. It was cool. I really liked it. And then as we were getting into things, the owner created the logo that I'm wearing here. If you're watching it on our YouTube channel, this was the logo that we went with for the longest time. More of a modern look with the antler like it is, and so on and so forth. And so that's what we were going with. And we decided that we were going to push off going on television until 2016. And we were going to focus on a smaller venue with Hunt Channel as opposed to going to Pursuit Channel, simply because it was a financial thing. It is not cheap to be on any television for that matter, and you have to sell all these sponsorship ads, and you have to, you know, it's a lot of hard work. And when you're new, you're trying to sell something that has no background, basically, whatever, right now. So you've got to really sell that, and you've got to produce, and you've got to show a return on their investment. And it was hard for us because we were new to this, and we really didn't know what we were supposed to be doing. And we had planned this big trip to Colorado to hunt elk, and that was going to be uh, the entire series, so to speak. That's what we were going to be looking at, was going to another state, hunting public land, somewhere where we've never been, do all of our scouting, on the computer and stuff like that. And, and then go in there blind and only with the information that we learned from e-scouting and, talking to people on the phone, maybe wildlife conservation officers or something like that. And so, that was what we were looking to do. And when that all was getting ready to go, I think we were getting them set to head the end of August of 2015. And the owner of the company that was working with us with our marketing company, they ended up being our title sponsor. And he and another person were supposed to come out with us, and we were going to pack in and spend, I believe it was 2 weeks out in Colorado hunting elk, do-it-yourself archery, over-the-counter tags, and filming the whole entire thing. And we were going to tell that whole story through a mini series, 7 episodes. And we were getting close to that, and then some things started happening with Tim in his life, and he was struggling with a decision of where he needed to be, at that point in time. And his family, as it should be, is the most important thing in anybody's life. And Tim made a very challenging and difficult decision, and he and I talked about it for for quite a while. And it was not easy. We tried different avenues to keep Tim involved as an owner of the business, and he wasn't having the time to put into it, and it was bothering him. And it was creating a divide for us. I'm not going to lie, it was creating a little bit of divide because we've been such close friends for so long, coming up through high school, and I didn't want any of that to happen. He made a tough decision, and I respect that decision to this day, to step away from Wild Bout Huntin and devote all his time and energy to his family. And I'll tell you what, I've been watching his kids grow up since they were little, and to see them now, and his wife Nicole, and her son Justin, they're all very successful people, and I'm so happy for them. We miss them on Wild Bout Huntin, but I'm very happy for everything that they have going. So, we lost him, and that was hard for me. It was a scary time. I had a contract with Hunt Channel, and I didn't know what I was going to do. We had we canceled the Colorado trip. I was able to get my money back from the hotel that we had booked, and travel expenses and stuff like that. And now I didn't know what I was going to do. So, left me kind of in a little bit of a debacle.
Yeah,
We're talking
but
about, you know, how Tim walked away from Wild Bout Hunting. We weren't sure what we were going to do. So, you know, I had Jim and Kevin were part of it already. Wally, a good friend of mine, Wally Boyle, who works with me on the ambulance service, was getting, he was still new to hunting and whatnot, but he was really helping promote just on his own because he knew it was a passion of mine, and he really wanted to help it grow. And I reached out to Wally. I said, "Listen, would you like to be part of this? I mean, you're promoting it already. Why not be part of this?" And he was ecstatic about it. And my brother came to me. He's like, "I want in." And if I've ever known my brother when we first started doing this years ago, he wanted nothing to do with video cameras. So I was shocked when David said he wanted to be in, but he came in and he took the bull by the horn, so to speak. And you know, I got to give it to David. He's a hunter first and foremost, and he calls himself the game getter. So if you've ever seen his shotgun, he's got his own decal on there. It's called Game Getter. Right on his shotgun, you'll see it. And he talks to himself in the third person. The game getter. But it's a lot of fun having him around. He's really grown as a person as far as a field producer is concerned, telling that story through the video camera. He's really done a great job with filming, and we go back and forth. He and I, with doing everything. So I had a team assembled, and I decided I was going to go to Ohio on a 10-day whitetail hunt, and my producer was going to come out and film the whole thing, and I was going to go to public land, do it yourself, and never been there before, and that's what we did. So that time came. It was a little struggle. We had lost my stepfather. My wife's stepfather passed away suddenly. We got the notice 2 days before I was supposed to leave to go to Ohio. There was a lot to go. It was just a very trying time for us. And she said, "No, you got to go. This is what you got to do." Her brother was flying in from California. They were going to be here to help clean up the house and so forth. It was just a lot. We were very busy up until literally the minute I left to go to Ohio for 10 days. And during that time, my producer, who was supposed to be going out with me, backed out. And I was really angry over that, really upset, really angry. And they sent a friend of mine to come out and film me, and he really didn't know what was going on. So I felt bad for him. But, at the end of the day, he and I made a bad situation into something that the two of us can sit and talk about it. To this day, we had so much fun. We put so much energy and time into 10 days of hunting in an area we've never been before. And in 10 days of hunting nonstop, we saw 6 deer in daylight hours in Ohio. It was during the rut, but it was 85 degrees every single day. And the very last day, we got a cold spell that came through. It was the last evening of the hunt. We got into this area tighter than we've gotten in all trip, and we had a 6-pointer coming in, and I missed him with 15 minutes of daylight to go on the last day. And all the emotions and everything just came pouring out of me. I was drained. I mean, we worked so hard, and it was a successful hunt. Our goal was to go there, find deer, get an opportunity to take a deer, and we had that opportunity, and I missed. I shot right underneath that deer. But if you haven't seen that, go to season 1 on our YouTube channel and take a look at the final episode there, and you'll be able to see that journey kind of come to fruition right there. So, that's pretty much how we got started. We started on Hunt Channel. We aired locally on our local cable network here in our hometown of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, and we did some stuff on Vimeo, and I believe on Gen 7 Outdoors TV, another digital platform. And then in year 2 and 3, we moved to Pursuit Channel, which was a lot of fun. That was huge. We, got to go to ATA, for the very first time, and, went there several years in a row, got to meet a lot of people. And I've learned a lot about this industry since we've done this. And it's really not an easy industry to get your foot in the door on. And, you've got to pay your dues. And I think we're still paying our dues. I really don't think we're there yet. But we're growing. We've got our YouTube channel up, where we've got we're almost at 3,000 subscribers, around 2,600, almost, something like that. So I mean, it's still young as far as that's concerned. But over the next several years, the guys and I put together some really cool stuff, and it's neat to watch our abilities grow, and how we perform. We started going to some local trade shows and setting up expo booths and stuff, and that was a lot of fun. And then things changed with our jobs, and some of the guys decided to step away from Wild Bout Huntin and not put as much time into it. And it really has evolved now basically to my brother and I. Wally still helps out a little bit here and there. But Jim and Kevin have taken a step back from it. And, those guys have been a big part, and they're always a part of Wild Bout Hunting. And last year in 2019, I made the big decision that we were going to put a lot of energy into building our YouTube platform because I felt that's where we needed to be. That was the most logical platform for Wild Bout Hunting to be on, simply for the fact with our financial situation, with the fact that we all work full-time jobs, and how we are able to produce video. And not that going out there and finding sponsors is a bad thing, but it's not an easy thing to do. And we're still a young channel, a young uh, group. So, we're still paying our dues. We're still trying to find people who want to work with us. We've been fortunate enough to have met a lot of people. We've worked with many of them. Some have moved on because they've been either purchased by, bigger conglomerates in the industry. And then some have started off with us as they've started. They've grown a little faster than us, and we're fortunate enough to stay with some of those companies. One of them being Killer Food Plots and Nick Percy. He's continuing to expand his business tremendously, and the food plots have been great. We love working with him, and we're proud to be part of the Killer Food Plot family. Say that 10 times too fast. Killer Food Plot, blah, blah, blah. But we work with that. We Altera alpaca socks with our buddy Sean Malloy. We're excited about those. Love wearing those socks. I wear them all the time, whether it's to work, whether it's exercising, in my workouts or hunting. For most part, we enjoy wearing the Altera alpaca socks. We work with Raptor Razor knives, and we still utilize those knives and work with them closely to this day. So there's a lot of people that we have an opportunity to be with. Buck Cage, my good friend Chris Walliser and his wife Penny and their son Cliff. Those guys have been tremendous supporters of Wild Bout Hunting, and their products speak for themselves. We love using the Buck Cage, and and then we've been wearing scent blocker for quite some time, and we've been fortunate enough to show that shield and for the last several years. So Vortex Optics has given us an opportunity to work closely with them, and we're excited about that. For the last several years, we use Bison coolers. So I don't want this to be like a NASCAR advertisement thing, but we've developed some relationships that I felt that we need to share those relationships, and because I'm proud of them. I'm proud to be affiliated with those people, and I thank them for the opportunity that they've given us here at Wild Bout Hunting. So here we are, present day. Wild Bout Hunting is a full-time YouTube channel, and we have our own business. We have our website, and we just created this new lifestyle brand that you're listening to, the hashtag The Huntin' Life. And it's the podcast as well as a lifestyle brand where, it's incorporated into Wild Bout Hunting and everything that we do there. And eventually we're going to have some apparel and products that you can wear and sport and show off your hunting life. But that's how Wild Bout Hunting got started. That's the journey that we've been on and that we've kind of gone through. It has not been easy. There have been many struggles. We don't make a lot of money from this. Actually, we make very little money. I've put probably more money into Wild Bout Hunting than I have made from it. And I think that's something that you need, if you're interested or you're thinking that you want to get into the hunting industry. That's something that you need to really pay attention to, and you need to understand that this is not hey, I'm going to get in here and I'm going to hunt for a living and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. It doesn't work that way. You've got to be dedicated about this. You've got to be passionate about it, and you've got to be willing to pay your dues, because it's going to take you some time to make an impact in the industry and get to where you have the opportunity to make a good living out of this. Some people have done it faster than others, but they've also paid their dues. And I get I love watching a lot of channels on YouTube just to see what other people are doing and to learn from them. Some of the channels that I really enjoy watching are obviously the hunting public. Those guys have really just exploded on YouTube over the last 2-3 years. They just I like them because you can really relate to the hunting public. They're down to earth guys, just like any one of us. Just love to go out and hunt public land all the time, and they're real. There's nothing staged there. This is true hunting. They have a lot of cool personalities amongst themselves, and I really enjoy that. Another channel that I enjoy is the Hushin channel, and those guys there, they do a great job of really educating you and showing different aspects of the outdoors, fishing, shed hunting. That's something I really never got into until I started watching Hushin, and now I'm trying to make it a point to get out and do some shed hunting, but it's hard. I'm not doing as good as those guys do. So hey, Hushin, if you're watching or you're listening, give me some pointers because I'm not doing too good. And there's several other ones that I enjoy watching. Seek One, Catman Outdoors, Midwest Whitetail, MFK Game Calls. They all got some great channels that I really enjoy. Born and Raised Outdoors. I enjoy watching all those because I just like to see what they're doing, and I like to learn from them and see what kind of, you know, how they're telling their stories. I just think that's so cool. Not that you want to copy somebody, but it's always neat to see what other people are doing and how they're telling that story. And if you can take a little piece of this and a little piece of that away, and incorporate that, then I think that's great. But the most important thing is you got to be yourself. You've got to be who you are because people want to relate to you. They want to relate to the real deal. So, that's what we try to show with Wild Bout Huntin. We're true to who we are. Listen, I'm not looking for a trophy. Okay, I will shoot a Jake if I have the opportunity. If you watch the gobbler, big gobbler comes in quiet. Yeah, that was a long beard. I would love to have gotten that long beard, and I hope I still have a chance to get him. But I'm going to New York here in 2 days, and I'm going to be up there for 4 days of hunting. I have no problem if a Jake comes in when I'm out of state in New York. I'm going to shoot him because I like eating turkeys, and that's one of the reasons why I hunt is because I hunt to put food on the table. We're in this pandemic. I don't want to get on that kick too much, but meat resources are really getting tough for people to find. I was able to take 4 deer this past deer season, and that's put a lot of meat on the table, not only for my family, but for many of our friends and family. So hunting is important to me because it provides for my family, and we enjoy it. We enjoy fishing. That puts food on the table. So, yeah, that's Wild Bout Huntin. So, hey guys, that's it for tonight. I just wanted to share the story of where Wild Bout Huntin came from, and I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe you took something away from it if you're thinking about getting into the hunting industry in some way, or just starting to maybe, film your own hunts. If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, put a comment down below and give us a like on the video. I'd really love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what you think of the story. If you have some tips and pointers for us, I'm always open for them. If you have questions for me on how I've done this, let me know. I would love to, hear from you. So, hey guys, that's it for tonight. I appreciate you listening and watching, if you are on the watching platform, to hashtag the Huntin' Life's podcast. And as always, follow your dreams, pursue your passions, and I'll see you next time right here on this same platform. Thanks again.